Hey everybody, Professor Steins here, and in this video we're going to kind of go over WordPress themes and plugins and how you can customize your website. So in the first video we talked about installing WordPress and then coming into making posts and pages. I've gone a little bit overboard and made a couple more pages than I probably needed to, so I think I asked for maybe like 3 or so, but I've made quite a few, and I've even sort of nested a few down inside the page. In posts, I've also created quite a number of posts that all sort of use different categories. Um, that way we can, kind of see what it looks like as we start building it out. I've also spent some time kind of tinkering around with some stuff. I've actually sort of added menus already to the 2018 theme, but a lot of the stuff that it could have been changed was just kind of talking about last week and some of the basic theme options. So this is sort of what I've created is it's got this little parallax scrolling thing here where different pages are kind of included and just really lorem ipsum text at this point. Um, but all this is kind of capable with the default theme. So not an overly if you're writing it by hand, that might be pretty complicated, but this was all kind of point and click available in the default WordPress theme. So the methodology I took was to come straight into Appearance and then kind of go to Themes and look at some of the different themes. I've already included some other ones for later in the video, but the active one, 2017, should be there, and different ways that you can change it. The biggest part I think I made the biggest things was in menus. I kind of created a My Main menu item and added all my pages to it. I also added these two, which are categories from the posts that we can create, most used, or we can view all of them here. You can also create custom links to someplace like Google or something like that. Pull in specific posts or pull in specific pages over to the right. So that's kind of what I've done, and you can sort of just drag these left and right. So if we didn't want to be nested down, we could kind of move that here, something like that, so it's not kind of nested inside of it or nested in the home page, or kind of move it back. Every time you make a change, you'll need to hit Save Menu, of course. And the other part that when you're on this page and kind of creating your first menu would be to go to Manage Locations and make sure you set it to a place. So top menu is going to be set to My Main, which is the main menu we were just looking at. And it didn't set anything for Social Link menu, but you could use create a new one if you wanted to, or kind of go back here and change some settings. I've also put on Add New Pages to the top menu. So if I create one on the pages list that's kind of on the root like these, it'll also just kind of show up automatically in the menu. There's some deeper options. That's kind of the one way of looking at it when you go here and do it. There is kind of another way that's built in that you can do it, and that's by hitting the little Customize Theme on your Themes page. It'll change it to a menu that's a little bit like this. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do in here too, such as turning things off. I think we covered some of what this looks like last week. You can switch to theme color or whatever, or select custom colors. Menus, you could also have selected your menu from here or created a new menu that looks a little bit similar to the page that we just walked through on the other page. This is a little bit condensed for me personally. I'd rather have looked at it on the WordPress dashboard rather than this little configurable thing, but I mean, that's fine. Some other things that I've done are in footer 1 and footer 2. I just dragged in a widget that was available. Again, you could kind of just, I don't know if I like it this way, where you can kind of just click on a thing or click on it whatever and try to add an image. Down here at the footer, this is what we're looking at, footer 1. So way down here. Currently it's got categories, but if we wanted to put an image sort of above categories and find one of our images to use, we could do that. Should be a save button, right? No, publish. So if we do a refresh on our main site, should be able to see that down at the bottom. Kind of added a new picture. Don't like that it's there, so maybe we'll take that back off. Remove. You could have done the same thing if you exited out of, well, let's hit publish before we leave. If you exit out of this little themes customize option, you could have done some of that same stuff by going back to widgets here on the left in the dashboard and editing them from here. So there's categories, there's calendar history. Here's that blog sidebar. If you go and look at cyber, which is one of the blog posts, if you were to look at this one, there's a sidebar over here on the right, maybe to different posts. That one's an interesting one. If you wanted to change what was over here on the right hand side, you could do that. So that would be in this list right here. Maybe calendar needs to be here instead. Search calendar history, and we'll pull RSS feed down to the bottom. I don't think that's one we wanted to use. Let's pull that one out, or yeah, that pulled it out. Sometimes you can just drag it right to left. You might need to do delete to get rid of it if you don't want it there. Tag cloud. Well, we don't have tags. I didn't put tags on my pages. Gallery, maybe? Now select a couple images and create new gallery, insert gallery, save. Let's see what that does for us. That's pretty neat. Notice how the comments are on there automatically. We must have turned off our settings for discussion. Yeah, turn that off. Oof. Should have left that turned off. Shouldn't really be able to comment on a picture, right? Well, see, now I'm going to have to go back and turn them all off. Oof. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Maybe on posts, I guess. Anyway, that's pretty much what I've done to just kind of mess up the default layout here. Other things I've added are to make that parallel effects view work. And go back to this screen, homepage settings, set it to a static page. I think it's under theme options, yeah. So by default, I think it came in as a 2-column, like that. 1 column would make it more like that. And that's also where I had to add in the different pages here, so that they'd come in the little scrolly view down here at the bottom. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I've done so far for the theme. And the reason why I wanted to kind of show you where it's at right now and where we're going to go is because I'm going to go ahead and we're going to try out a few themes and just see what they look like out of the box. Hopefully you can get to somewhere like here, but one of the issues that's going to come in when we go back to themes in the dashboard is as we start looking at different themes or coming down and trying to add a new theme that we might want to try out, there are lots and lots of themes. And they're all going to come with slightly different options. Kind of like how when we go to customize here, 2017 theme had that very specific looking theme, and we could edit it. Some of the themes are going to have stuff like that in them. So there's not, that's just the featured list. Popular is going to be a very, very long list. You're going to try to scroll down and it's just going to keep loading more pages, more themes, more different themes that people have kind of uploaded to use. One thing you could do, you could just try to hit preview on something. You want to see what it looks like. That's kind of the theme, kitchen sink, as it were. Some of the default styles that would come in with it and what it would look like. So you might have to do a lot of configuring to get it back to the point that it was. You could always just go ahead and try to install it, and that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to maybe like click a few and install, and I already had a few installed before. Just see if we can figure out what some of these different themes are like. So it's just going to download these files. If you go to your XAMPP and look in htdocs, Stein's Word, all of these themes are going to be stored in the WP content folder, themes folder. So these are all the different types of themes that I've had installed so far. If you haven't done this yet, then you probably only have like 3 in here, the 15, 16, and 17 from WordPress. But as you install more, that's one way you could do it. You can also get these out from the WordPress website itself, wordpress.org. There's a link up here to themes. So you could do a lot of searching out here for different types of themes or layouts or whatever. Make sure that you can have custom colors and headers or whatever. A lot of those options are still in this thing too. It's kind of the same web page, just embedded in WordPress, where you could kind of search for different things. So once you picked out a few that you might want to try, and it can take a long time to pick the right one, generally my advice is to get a theme that's going to get you about 90% of the way there. And then if you gotta get your hands into the code, you can change 10% of it to be exactly what you want it to be. WordPress is pretty extensible, and since you have all the files, and again, they're also kind of stored here. So if we do end up wanting to use the cactus theme, we'll have all the source code to kind of make small edits and stuff. You gotta be careful though. One of the problems that can come in is updates. So there are potential for having updates to themes and to plugins, and mine does have a plugin that needs updating, but we'll talk about it in a minute. So pick out one that you like. This MH magazine title looks good, so I'm just going to hit activate here, and we'll go ahead and open up the customize panel, but we'll flip over to the website where it was the first time. Just hit refresh and see what we get out of it. So you still kind of get our menu, it's in the right place. We get a title up at the top, not so many big pictures. We lost the parallel vax, whatever, view, where we couldn't scroll through multiple pages and stuff like that. It moves some stuff around. Of course, this is a lot of the default that would come with this particular theme. And some of these options, again, we went straight from a little customize tab here. We could change some of the options that were already there before. There might be a little bit different layout here. For example, stuff like this was not in the default theme for 2017. You could try to make some changes and see left hand versus right hand, or right hand versus left hand. That option wasn't there before. You could turn off authors, for example, or kind of other things. Change the layout basically. More features and options. A lot of themes are going to come with paid upgrade versions, so this might be the default theme out of the box, and you can make a couple changes to it or whatever, but like I said, if you update the theme, your changes are going to go away. So by trying to get the Pro, you're going to get probably more features with it, and it's going to probably cost you, I don't know, a little bit of money, $50 if you really like this theme and want all the options kind of thing. So you can get a little bit for free. You can get the code with it for free technically, but again, you might need make a couple options. If you want the deeper options, you might have to do something. So change colors and stuff like that. And discard changes. Yeah, let's not really change a whole lot. Background image, it didn't pick up the background image we had before, so we might need to add it back or use a different one instead. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not bad for a couple clicks, right? Probably something to be fixed down here, how these are being formatted out. Some weird CSS issues that might need to be resolved, maybe. Change some image stuff. Again, a lot of theme options in here. If you didn't take the theme, the main menu that we had set before, you could maybe come back here and make sure that it knows which one to use. This one did look like it put our menu in the right place when we made the change, but not all themes will do that. Still some widget options if you want to fill in the bottom. Doesn't look like we had any issues at the bottom, so we could try to put in something down at the bottom for an archives link maybe, or was our gallery. Click on some images. Click. Insert gallery. Or some other options that we could have created. I need to edit that page and turn that thing off. Turn the comments off that page. Still some options down here. Again, a lot of that stuff that's inside the little customizer is probably available out here. So if you did want to see what the different options are between the free and the $50 one, you could see some of that here. Or maybe kind of work on some of the background. That's going to drop you back in the editor. But alright, let's go try a different theme out and see if we like this purpley one, Vent Star. I haven't really tried any of these themes out yet, just downloaded a few that I liked, and kind of hoping that stuff comes back together. So I might end up having to change a couple pictures maybe. It doesn't look too bad down here at the bottom. Still have some short links. Looks like it picked up some of our pages from the top menu to create its own. Drop down still works, and pages all look pretty good. Yeah, so we'll give it another name. Was it Cactus? That was it. We'll try that one out. So far, I feel like I've been lucky that the menus have not been totally wiped each time we change this. You know, I might want to come down here and take this out, maybe, or leave that, but take the cactus out. That's not a bad layout look. Let's see. Did we do this one? XMag. Yeah, that one looks kind of familiar. Let's see. Yellow. Activate. Bitcoin logo is probably a way we could go in and change that picture. So it's not too bad. Yellow on white's a little hard to read for me. Let's see. Mighty. Now, we could literally spend hours trying to do this kind of stuff. That's a little neat effect that thing's got. Switch page, little animation there. Cool. So have some fun looking for themes, trying to figure out what you want to do with them. Some of them might end up requiring some additional plugins for them to work correctly. This is one example here. Plugins are pretty neat too. So themes are going to be the way that you can change the look of your website. There's also in the codex at WordPress, not under installing, but developing your own WordPress theme is also possible, and it's going to be somewhere in here. Theme development, child themes. You could write a child theme of your default theme that you're getting, and then that way you might preserve your changes. So, and then plugins is really the other thing that we talk about when we talk about WordPress. So, themes are going to be changing the look of your WordPress install. But plugins are going to be the way to change functions and abilities of your WordPress install. So they're kind of two different things. Plugins are also available through the little automated interface. So we do click on plugins where we had the outdated XAMPP version here. We could just try to do the update now button, and hopefully it will update itself. Important note about the anti-spam is that it's not going to work out of the box unless you go out to their website and get this API key. So by default, you're not going to have really any protection against anti-spam unless you come in here and activate it and set up your account and install the plugin that way. So just keep that in mind. Just because it's here doesn't mean that you have anti-spam protection. The other one here is the Helen Dolly. You can turn it on. It just adds a couple little things onto your pages that just kind of, when the when the night is dark and the creatures at night come out and attack you, a few sayings that just help keep you going. So that's what that one does. There's a little add new button up here at the top, and that'll allow us to go in and go looking for some ones that are out here. And there really kind of are a lot of them that are available. Let's see, let's go ahead and this particular theme was looking for a plugin, so we'll just go ahead and let that one go. Yeah, install. Yeah, again, this one looks like it has a pro version. Let's see if it made any changes to what we had. Said it needed a breadcrumbs. Yeah, maybe. Might have to configure some more of it under customize. Let's see, plugins. Let's go to add new. No, I installed it, but I didn't activate it. Kind of two-step process there. Deactivate and activate. Now we might be able to see something here. There it is over here on the right. Breadcrumbs plugin. Cool. So that's one neat one that was there. The few that I had in mind, though, for you to check out would be Contact Form 7. It's a very popular one for making forms on your website. So this is definitely one that you want to check out and go ahead and install. There's some options in here for kind of help walking you through it and stuff like that, but you should just be able to hit install. And then again, two separate things. You need to install it first and then activate it. So there's our Contact Form 7. We did activate it. We could go into settings, and it also added a menu option on the left for contact. And by default, it's going to have one contact form in it, and that's here. And this is what's called a WordPress shortcode. So if we copy this shortcode, we'll take a look at this form first and see what it looks like. It uses sort of like a shorthand HTML thing where we can do labels and messages and stuff, a little bit of clicky things here. So if you wanted to add some sort of drop down or something, you could do that just by kind of clicking the drop down and throwing in some options and then putting the tag in. So anyway, we're going to just kind of deal with what's there by default. And you might eventually need to come back in and make some more settings here, because the contact form is going to send an email, and so you're going to want to make sure that this is going to be what the email is going to look like when it comes to you. So you're going to want to first build what it looks like for the user, and then build what it looks like for you when it comes back through an email message. There's some other options that you could put in here, such as when after the user submits, what do you say? Just thank you, the message has been sent. You want to personalize it a little bit more, you can do that here, or change some of the options. Additional settings, you can add some custom code if you really wanted to. Definitely not going to deal with that. So anyway, you go back to the contact page. We're not going to make any changes. Again, it's going to warn you about XAMPP and setting that API key up so that you don't get spam, or at least it filters it. It's a short code. That's where we're at. Short code. So if we wanted to put in this contact form and we wanted to build a post or something that says, "What's your feedback? What's your feedback?" Ooh, question mark. Not a question mark. We just need to drop in that short code and put it into wherever we want it to go. Cybersecurity, publish. So we'll go back to our site, check out cyber. What's your feedback? Because that was the post we made. And here's our contact form built out for us, and submit button. Comments don't show. So, but if you wanted to make a custom one, so kind of a contact us type thing, you could do that. Change the name of it there, and that's through that plugin. So that's a pretty good one. The other one that I tend to like is WP Stats, because everybody's going to be asking you, what. I'm not sure that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, maybe it is. There it is. WP Statistics. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. So everyone's going to be asking you, how many people are visiting our website, and what are they doing on it, and how do we keep track of what people are doing and where and how? So we can add WP Statistics, and this will also add a left-hand menu item for us, where we can start keeping track of that sort of thing. So let's pull up our home page so I can get this link. I'm going to copy that up. And this is a bigger plugin, so it's going to probably take a little bit longer to install it, activate it. We could tweak some of the settings if we wanted to. If we wanted to, every 30 seconds we check for users. Maybe we want to shorten that down every 10. For Twitter or something, people come and go pretty quick, I guess. You can basically track all the things. Why not? Update. So definitely a lot of statistics here. You go to overview. It's going to give you a little bit about what it's about, and I'm guessing that there are even extensions to this extension if you want to get deep down and crazy over it. Didn't enable geo-IPs. There's definitely one visitor, so it's myself, in the last 20 days. You can keep track of the hits here. If we were public on the world, you could see where people are coming into your WordPress blog from Google or something like that, or Bing, which search engines they're finding you with, where your visitors coming from. country, IP address. I'm coming from localhost, which is probably why I can't figure out what country I'm in, because this is local, kind of the NIC card in your computer. It can tell that I'm using Chrome, and it can tell that I'm on Windows, though, which is why I wanted to open up Firefox real quick, and we'll just do a copy and paste and go to our blog on Firefox. And let's just click around a few pages real quick, and throw some data at this thing, so maybe we can see it, how quick it can update a lot of this stuff. That should be good enough, I guess. Alright. So let's click on stats again, and we can see, look, there was a second visitor that showed up and clicked on a bunch of pages. There were a lot of visits, and there's 16 hits. Again, unknown country, but this one was on Firefox and still using Windows. Didn't come to us from a search engine, so we have no information here for us. Browsers, Chrome, Firefox, Chrome, Firefox. It's really light blue. Recent visitors, we can see there's our little graphical heads up view of how they got here and what they're doing. Chrome, you can actually see the WP admin link. Most of the top pages that they're going to. You can drill down deeper even into things like hits and see this stuff over time and try to figure out. Looks like there's a broken thing there. I'm thinking that we can click on this person and yeah, GeoIP is not set up, so that's not going to work. I guess it's not going to give us any deeper content about it. But we can see who our recent visitors are and who our online users are. Refers would be going back to search engines again. Search words would be what the words they're using to get to you. And top of those ranked over time. That really helps you drive your keyword usage. Again, search engine optimization is a really, really big thing. So pretty much anywhere and everywhere that you can put a little bit different text or help relate your content, it was going to really help these search engines rank you a lot better and show you how people are getting to you as well. So, category statistics over time for different categories, sockets. Didn't look like I clicked on anything related to sockets, so this category is bad. Well, why do we have this category? No one's using it. Okay, whatever. Different tags. I didn't put any tags into my posts or anything. You could, and you probably should. Press for time, of course. Don't want to waste all of your time doing these things. But when you are kind of working in your pages and stuff like that, they'll be able to change things like your slugs, which will show up in lots of different places. And then in posts, you'll have slugs, and then you'll also have tags over here on the right. So you really need to start using them over here, typing them in, separated by commas. And eventually, as you kind of build a library of tags that you use, this will start showing up. And then you can go back to the widgets thing and use the thing to show the word cloud, because word cloud will be built off the tags and stuff like that. It's just one of those things that really gets built up over time. You might have like a document in your organization that says, these are the top 200 terms we want to use. We're talking websites of many thousands of pages that could exist here. So, top authors, author posts, different browsers that are being used. Probably just going to show it's out there somewhere. 100% Windows. I'm sure we'd see something else. That one's not showing much in there. Top visitors today, of course, kind of going back to who was online. And you could go in and change some settings. And I guess there's, like I said, there's different add-ons in here. I guess those are the things that cost money. So if you really want a little bit better widget thing to display back out to your users, you could just buy it there and install it. A lot of different plugins. You'll find them for slideshows and all kinds of other things. Those are the two that I really wanted to jump on real quick. Again, you gotta go to popular and just see some of the stuff that's out there. Contact Form 7. WooCommerce is a really neat WordPress-based website, and it's kind of built in here like this. But if you want to have kind of an online store, WooCommerce is a really good extension for doing that. So if you want to create a way to sell products on your WordPress website, WooCommerce could be a way to do that. Let's see, it's going to really kind of screw up what I've done here most likely, but it'll be really neat to see that thing get off the ground. There's also some other things in here, including tiny MCE. It's really over time you'll maybe try something out and see if you like it and see if you don't like it. Sometimes you got to be careful though. A lot of security implications with using themes and plugins from people you don't really know. WooCommerce though I think is pretty good. So a little setup wizard here to get things started. You probably have to make some changes and let's not put the real deal in there, huh? Dollars, whatever. Digital products, website design or whatever. Let's turn that off. Let's go doobly-doo. Choose a payment. We're just going to go with offline for now. Turn this off because hopefully we won't be able to. We're not going to be able to integrate any real things. Add a couple more things here a couple more plugins to hopefully make some great. Let's skip the tax thing. And we'll go with just something crazy because we're just testing stuff. Let's not use anything real. And create products. Sure. So I want to sell you a website design. Now there's over here on the left, there's WooCommerce with products. So I'll sell you a website design with, we'll add a picture to it. It's going to look like that. But as a website, sure. Give you a little bit of a walkthrough on how to design your product and prices and description. So really kind of a lot of ways that you could get this thing up and going. Simple product, group product, depends on how you want to do it. It's going to be $5, $5 web design. Sale price would be $3, $3.50. Taxable, standard, whatever, description, add a product gallery, you can add multiple images to it, one image, set your own tags for products, categories for products, oh wow, so many options. So we'll just hit publish and let that thing do its thing. So there's our website design page in stock for $3.50. Do some quick edits to it if we need to adjust how much we're going to sell it for. It's pretty neat. So how do we put that in our page? Go back to kind of our dashboard here, and we'll pick up. That's Jetpack. Oh, I guess we put Jetpack in. I guess that was the tax thing or something. You gotta be careful because a lot of things can change really fast if you're not careful. That's all why we're all coming out to do it, right? Products. Product. Yeah, we want the permalink. That's what we really want. And we'll go to appearance, menus. A lot of different options in here now. So if we wanted to add products, I guess I could have just done it this way. I didn't need the permalink. Add to menu. Website design. Oh, it looks like it did add a bunch of stuff. Did I not notice that when we looked? Let's go look at the thing here. Visit site. No. Oh, yeah, it's all up here at the top. Shop, cart, checkout, my account. Oh, there it is. Yeah, shop. Okay. We didn't throw a picture on it, apparently. There we go. Oh, we put it in the product description. We didn't set it for the product itself. Again, a lot of this stuff's not going to work because we didn't put a credit card number in. But, you know, essentially it could work. I mean, you could sell products if you really wanted to. I don't think we set a coupon code. It should have came in as 5. Update cart, proceed to checkout. Billing details, forms are all built out for you, ready to go. User would just need to place the order and see what's going on. Postcode, phone, city, place. Phone number and zip are not proper deals. 555 555 555 5555. Place. Yeah, actually checking real deals, huh? 31220. Place order. Billing postcode is not a valid passcode. It's putting me on that box though. 31220. That's a real deal. Let's do 555-555-555. Place order. Billing postcode. I must be missing a different spot. That's that. I'm sure there's a way to... Oh, it's not in the right country. Wow, we're really doing some advanced checking there. Alright, let's see if it works this time. Invalid payment method. I guess you gotta have at least one for it to work. But we put in the option for offline payments. Anyway, hopefully this week got a little idea of what themes can do, what plugins can do, how you can really start modifying your website and changing the theme and look and how it's going to work. You know, clicking on themes and just checking out what different ones look like are pretty neat. So, you know, feel free to go out there and just try. See what you can create. See what kind of works and what kind of doesn't work. Oh, I guess because I put in a sale price, it did that. Man, that calendar looks a lot better. I like that one over there. Anyway, have fun, and if you have any questions, feel free to post. Have a good one. Bye.